Here we go. It's the road to Worlds. Nwpo versus Mawkzy. Playing an $1,000 challenge in which they will play against the same 10 opponents. Looking to get a better record than the other against them in order to get away with $1,000. Their opponents that are playing against them. Oh my goodness. What a spectacular. Not own goal. Oh, own goal. Their opponents are playing for $100. Unfortunately, we have to watch this, Vatira. You just launch this at your own net. And then almost saved it, but not quite. The first goal will go to Mawkzy, courtesy of Vatira. They have played against 3 opponents so far. 3 opponents so far. If you want to go back and watch how the games have gone, I would highly recommend doing so. You know, we're probably going to mention the previous matchups throughout all of these streams, so it's a good idea, you know, if you don't want them to be spoiled, to just watch them in order, which they should be uploaded in order on YouTube, no worries. But today, we have Vatira versus Mawkzy. The current standings are slightly in Nwpo's favor. These guys are actually both 1 and 2 with losses to Drally, Toxic, and Raziers. Mawkzy lost to just Toxic, and Nwpo lost to just Raziers, but they both lost to Drally. And game differential currently favors Nwpo. Game differential currently favors Nwpo. Big thanks to the Toxic matchup. That has been the real difference maker right now. Originally, it was the Raziers matchup. Now it's a Toxic matchup. A sweep for Nwpo, and Mawkzy got swept, which means a huge game differential there. And it tied up the series. Mawkzy had the lead series before that, as Vatira trying to get a second on the board right now. That is the context today. So we're going to have Mawkzy play Vatira, and then we're going to have Nwpo play Vatira. And we'll add those to the scoreboard and go from there. Yeah, I don't know why my fiber has been having a little bit of issues. It's been so good for really long, and now it's having these weird disconnections for just moments at a time. Just long enough. And one of the biggest annoying things too is OBS retries every few seconds, but the first retry, even though everything seems like it should work, never works. It's always the second one, just long enough for Twitch to like reset everything it knows about the current stream and think it's a brand new stream, which is just annoying. But life goes on. And the good thing is it happened not during the match, but before the match, which is no big deal. Mawkzy is, oh my goodness, gonna have the freest open net follow-up on this ever. I want to watch from Vatira POV. Is there a reason why he doesn't get involved? He just turns away. Wait, what? Does he think it's gonna be a race for a boost, or? Vatira trying to take this one across the field. Mawkzy able to stop him. Nice launch from Vatira, who will now pick up 100 and tie the game. Delay kickoff from Vatira. All the guys on KC specifically seem to love the delay kickoffs. Atto is probably doing it the most, but Drally Vatira like to do it a bit as well. Vatira's going to roll through this one and get himself a 4th goal. Sometimes just taking the dribble quickly is the answer, as people try to pre-jump expecting those resets. Vatira, air dribble, gets stuffed out. Mawkzy has to reverse wave dash to try and get back on this ball. Mawkzy is trying to bounce back from 3 straight losses right now. He played second. Oh, Vatira's going to length the field. It's a DS challenge for Vatira, and Mawkzy denies it. No! Man, we've got some close saves. Vatira almost saving his own goal. This time, Mawkzy almost saving a full field air dribble. Able to pin it into the top of the net, but couldn't quite get back to get the follow-up clear before it dropped in. Vatira looking strong. Like I said, Mawkzy trying to get his wheels back underneath him after a tough sweep against Mr. Toxic. He has been taking a break, and this has certainly been his opportunity to be thrown right back into the hot seat with matchups against some of the best in the game. And right now, he's going to have to continue to play from behind. Wave dash kickoff from Mawkzy as he goes to steal Vatira's corner. Vatira, be careful. Holding on to the little bit of boost he does have as he approaches back towards the net. Going to get demoed. Mawkzy will chain a couple dashes to get out to the midfield quicker, and then boom, one top rights. Put himself back within one. Mawkzy, air dribble, taken to the ground. Usually wants to get demos from this position. Really strong flick, but it's actually a pass back flick. Little camera check to see if he's going to have to deal with Vatira diving on his pass off the backboard, if he's going to be able to chill. And he seemed to make the right read because Vatira did back off, and Mawkzy did not panic. Normally you put the ball against the back wall like that, and you feel like you have to cut it off as early as possible because someone might be diving to take it away. Vatira had no interest in that. Mawkzy going to try and dribble it over the top. Great read here. The single jump from Mawkzy and to pull back his car in order to actually double this one in off the post is not that simple of a thing to do. Even using the backflip as well. Vatira's show match record is really good, isn't it? Yeah, I think he's always had good performances. I think he would have been top 4 in EU RLCS 1v1 if he had not gotten beat by Check-in Bot the day of the event. He did not get there in time and lost in the upper bracket of group stage, which just kind of threw off his whole event and who he had to play against. Otherwise, I think it could have been easily a KC plus Mawkzy top 4. The opponents of Nwpo and Mawkzy do get a reward. If they win, they get $100. So they're basically playing $100 prize pool matches. Mawkzy and Nwpo are playing for $1,000 over the course of the events. They just have to come out the winner. And they get the extra practice for a very high prize pool event that'll be happening in September, World Championship in France. I'm sure both are going to want to be ready to go. Mawkzy up 7-6. May have been behind at times. He's managed to get himself back in the lead, and he's going to time waste. We've seen both Nwpo and Mawkzy do this now. Mawkzy power slide cutting. He really does not want to chip the ball away unless absolutely forced to. Vatira wants a demo. If he could have snagged it, it would have been a tie game. He did not get it. Now Mawkzy uses every last bit of his boost to tap this one away. Able to steal Vatira's corner, which is hugely important. No way Vatira keeps this up in the air, right? Can't imagine there's a world in which he scores this. Mawkzy's going to take game number 1. Game number 2. Mawkzy and Vatira. Vatira with a heavy delay as Mawkzy looks to set up some action around Vatira's nets. Side flipping to pop it high. Should be able to grab boost, and he actually lobs the ball up, probably in hopes of keeping it somewhere that only his boost advantage will be helpful. Vatira makes a nice play off the back wall, and now it's reset on 100 himself. Both these guys scared to actually challenge the ball. They turn away from it passively. Mawkzy will be the first back to it, and oh my goodness, a pre-flip pop by Vatira. Although I think it was a mistake. I think he would have rather just gotten the touch early and forced it out to net, but instead only got the pre-flip in order to push it forward. Front flip from Vatira. Cheer 1. Sleaze Breeze is diabolical right now. Mawkzy gonna get the first of this one. Unfortunately, the stream is gonna be dying out on frames here and there. It seems like that's what happened yesterday. I don't really know why it's happening. It kind of fixed itself for the most part. So I think all we can do is power through. I currently have, a fine connection to the game, and these players seem to have a good connection. So all we can hope is that it doesn't F for too long. 2-0 now for Mawkzy. Vatira not going to get bumped here as he gets over the top of Mawkzy. Has the reset front flip. One thing I could maybe do, you know, normally I don't mess with any stream settings at all. And I don't really, I think at the end of the day, all that stuff's just placebo. I think what it comes down to is, oh, what a great shot from Vatira. The reset wave dash to cut away. Even Mawkzy drops in the nice shots. Let's watch it from Mawkzy POV. I mean, that ball looks like it's headed to the opposite post before the last second. Like I said, I think that, you know, for the most part, changing settings and all that kind of stuff is all just placebo. At the end of the day, it's just frustrating when your ISP is giving you troubles and you want so badly to be able to control it, when reality is you probably can't. That being said, might be worth a try. I tried to turn on, well, basically all this is saying because I tried to turn on 1440p. Pretty sure they allow like partners and affiliates to do that. And all you have to do is like check a box and stream at that resolution, which I believe I'm doing. And it has yet, no one has yet to say that the stream has been in 1440p, right, chat? You're saying it's still been 1080p. So maybe, I mean, I could just turn that off is one minor thing I could do. But like I said, I'm not sure that we have control over it. I think it's just the internet. No reason to keep at the 1440p settings though if we are just going to get a 1080p stream. Vatira catches a demo and gets himself a goal. Vatira trying to chase down Mawkzy on the back wall. Mawkzy almost able to escape. Actually is going to be able to snag Vatira's 100 boost. Mawkzy booms a power shot. Vatira will lob it back up high. And now a demo. Ooh, I thought for sure Mawkzy would go for a demo. I guess he felt like it might have been too telegraphed and he expected Vatira to dodge it. So last second, he changed his decision. Mawkzy forcing this one to the ceiling and will boom it the length of the field. 3-2 for Mawkzy. With a minute 17 left to go, trying to finish out. Finish out, he's just starting. Trying to continue a streak win of one game after losing 3 straight to Toxic. Wait, is the stream actually perfect on YouTube? Someone said the stream is perfect on YouTube, which of course would mean that it is Twitch's fault. If there's no lag at all on YouTube, then brutal. Then it is Twitch's fault, which makes me feel better, right? Vatira up the side wall, has a reset. Mawkzy gonna get the double. Nice read. I mean, it's not really a double, but he reads it off the corner in a tie game. Able to flip through the boost, keep boosting in order to not get demoed, and then the late flip. I mean, he has to dodge the pressure as well as find a way to get the ball in, and he does just that. And what a read of a kickoff. Vatira trying to fake it. I did not have the read as quickly as Mawkzy did, I'll be honest. Sometimes the reads are really easy. I feel like Vatira did a decent enough job of making that one seem tough, but maybe Mawkzy's just deep inside his head. 5-3 for Mawkzy. Wave dash kickoff for Mawk as he sends it to the back wall. Mawkzy just handed the free possession over to Vatira, who has a zap dash celebration. as he will accept that really high pop. Vatira, oh my goodness, Vatira. Converting on a kickoff goal, but in one of the more spectacular ways you could. Look at the placement on this shot. It's just unbelievable. Mawkzy does have a save on a shot that's not placed quite that well. But it's perfection for Vatira, and his leg kickoff this time is not read by Mawkzy. Vatira has a great possession now. It seemed like Mawkzy was closing out his game, and maybe still will with a nice pre-flip here. Vatira makes a save. Mawkzy 180 turns, and we'll tap this back to the midfield. It hits ground, so OT in game number 2. Delay kickoff again from Vatira. Mawkzy electing to not go pick up the midfield 100. Decided he does not have time for that. And now will instead launch a flick back to his own half. The mechanics to get to the perfect power to just have it land on the back wall while he picks up the 100. It's not, you know, a simple thing. And normally something that players wouldn't even risk. They won't risk, you know, a mechanics check just to bring the ball back to your own half. Because if you mess up, you're probably given a free goal. Mawkzy couldn't get the power on this one. Now has to do a quick camera check. Can't get up to the ball in time. Vatira puts it on target. It's in. Vatira snags this game right back from Mawkzy. And we have ourselves a tied series. Every single game matters. Mawkzy could afford to bounce back from the toxic sweep with a sweep of his own, but that won't happen as we are tied 1-1. Game number 3. Mawkzy and Vatira. As Mawkzy zap dashes his way back to the ball. Vatira maybe was trying to one-up his original own goal, but did manage not to do it this time. Mawkzy has to double this one away. Oh, nice zap dash pre-flip, but still couldn't get to the boost in time. Now might actually find himself in too deep, depending on if Vatira can handle this advantage well. Another moment where it seemed like Mawkzy was maybe going to go for a kind of psycho redirect or something to eat the ball out, but couldn't get the second touch. Instead, he'll go for the demo and power shoot. Vatira, nice save. Known as one of the better goal line defenders. Maybe most famously known for his defense, not just on the goal line, though. As Vatira clears it out, rolls it into the back corner of Mawkzy, who wants to play a ground dribble, and will get to do so again. This flick is so strong. Vatira using the woodwork to help him get the save and clear it to a safe position. Decides to use the flip in order to counter Mawkzy, and then hit what I believe is being called the Evan Pop by the kids these days. As Mawkzy flicks one top left. And we'll go up 1-0. Vatira. Ooh, almost the perfect placement. Oh, no! The first one I can forgive. He was trying to go for that sweet spot. The second one did not look so good. Vatira, now on an air dribble, decides to leave off the ball. Not expecting to be able to create a scoring chance there. Mawkzy swinging wide. Vatira wants to punish, and he does. That is the kind of placement he was going for last time. He just didn't hit it. This time he does, and we got ourselves a tie game. Vatira, reset pre-flip, stuffed down by Mawkzy, and countered. Ooh, interesting. Mawkzy reads the delay late, single jumps over it, and then tries his best to dash himself back down to the ground, but did so a bit early and spun out. As Vatira will get the first possession on this play. Waiting up on the sidewall for Mawkzy to tap him the ball. And now waiting way too long as he maybe looking for his chance to attack. Mawkzy boosts himself away after popping the ball up and sees the angle for a long shot. Vatira pre-flipping and now muscling off Mawkzy in order to get the seconds. Mawkzy, what a save. Wants to get a counter as well as he kept the ball right in the perfect spot for the long shots on the in and out save. Or the recovery from the top of the net, I should say. It wasn't really an in and out save like you're used to. Vatira on a bounce dribble hook shot will get a third. Mawkzy reads the no-jump kickoff, tried to jump over the top of it and pre-flip to the ball. Did not connect. Now Vatira the other way will equalize. Chat, apparently YouTube is doing just fine for those of you who are watching on Twitch and having issues. Not much we could do about that. I see that, you know, the situation, but nothing to be done on my end. Vatira air dribble. After this game, I'll try and switch some settings for fun. Just see what happens. You never know. But I don't think that's gonna do anything. Mawkzy flick bump. Gets a fifth. 5-4 with 55 seconds on the clock. Delayed kickoff from Mawkzy this time. As he wants to use to his advantage. I don't think it's going to pay off. He gets bumped and rattled around and then misses what I think he was hoping to be like a wave dash recovery. Because of that, he's not in the stratosphere. Mawkzy now collecting a possession in his own back corner. Dunked, bumped away. Vatira up 6-5 now with 32 seconds. Mawkzy has a decent kickoff here as he's got Vatira back in net. Vatira trying to rotate in and out. Top left from Mawkzy. Ties it right back up. Mawkzy rolls one directly towards Vatira. With 6 with 15 left to go. This 50's not great. Vatira gonna make it 7-6. They have traded the lead back and forth so often. Wave dash kickoff. Vatira trying to pop this one out of danger. Mawkzy's going to move it back to the midfield. He's got a great chance. Power slide cut. Vatira is in reverse and goes for a backflip challenge. Mawkzy can't keep it up. It will hit ground. Vatira wins game number 3. Here we go. It's game number 4. Vatira and Mawkzy. We did slightly mess with the settings. Maybe this will fix it. Twitch is currently experimenting with 1440p. I think we did set it up for that. And then people are saying we're not even getting 1440p. I don't know. I was smart enough to save every last one of my settings. Ooh, nice double from Vatira before messing with anything. So I did just pivot us back to how it's been for, you know, a year plus when it was going just fine. So there's a small chance now YouTube is lagging. Well, I think I've done what I can as far as keeping that stream going well. I mean, it should be back. I guess everyone can come back to Twitch if that's true. I think if anything, the lag probably happened because I stopped and started the stream real quick. Mawkzy gonna catch a demo on Vatira as he picks up the attacking corner boost. A fake and then goes top rights. Vatira's gonna drop on the nice shot. We can watch it from his POV. We still just dropped a couple frames in the new settings as Vatira thought about the reverse challenge after the mix-up. So there's a small chance it'll be the same. You know, it had nothing to do with the settings on my end. Vatira, nice delay into a musty, but it does get denied. 50 sends this one straight up in the air. Now Mawkzy doing his best to kind of switch the field and throw off Vatira's possession, but Vatira still has exactly what he needs. He's going to boom it to the back wall, and he reads the pre-flip. Or sorry, not the pre-flip, but the pre-jump. You see Mawkzy preparing to defend an air dribble. Starts to jump and then quickly realizes, oh, too late. Vatira was not going for an air dribble. He boomed it to the back wall to counter, and it worked perfectly. Drazy leaving the 3 months prime. Mawkzy gonna make it 3-3 with 3:31 on the clock. It's always important to remember if your favorite player is losing on the kickoff that there's no luck to it. That kickoffs in 1v1 are a back and forth mind game that are important and a little bit of a mechanics check. But they're important to perfect here if you want to get wins. Vatira's going to make it 4-3. This time, the fake kickoff is not read by Mawkzy. He read it so hard. Last time Vatira tried it on a diagonal. Now Vatira into a length of field. Pogo shot actually sailed the ball way too high. And Mawkzy is actually not going to score. They both got back there at the same time. Mawkzy didn't really have a clean way to get to the ball. He tried some kind of pre-flip, either to bump, you know, Vatira or just push it out a little bit farther, but couldn't quite do so. Vatira maybe about to win 3-1. I thought, you know, the prize pool for this event would be something pretty close to $1,000 with the way Mawkzy and Nwpo have been playing, knowing that they're going to get 1,000 plus 100 per player that's able to beat them, but it has seemed to be a tough challenge for these guys so far. Mawkzy cannot get back to stop Vatira, making it 6-3. Half a game left to go, though. Mawkzy's oftentimes started from behind and found a way to get the game. And that's what he's going to have to do right now. Delayed kickoff from Vatira pays off again. Staying one step ahead. Did not get boosting early enough in order to be able to double that. As Mawkzy plays the possession into his back corner. Vatira is loving these 180s into a reverse challenge, or at least threatening the reverse challenge. Maybe he feels like he's able to recover quicker in case it doesn't work out that way. Vatira cuts this one across the net. He's going to be able to pick up the 100 on the other side. Mawkzy cannot get the speed to really make anything out of his possession, so Vatira has controlled the ball right back. Oh, Mawkzy, this is the kind of dunk he needs. Right when it seemed like he had given Vatira everything, He takes it right back by stealing the ball as Vatira transitions to the ground. (6-4) for Vatira. Vatira not going to bring the ball over to Mawkzy. Mawkzy DC'd? No. Okay. Mawkzy is hoping that Vatira is going to bring him the ball. Vatira is not going to. I think Mawkzy might have tilted out of this one. Vatira is going to shoot on his open net when Mawkzy finally gives it to him. And there's GG's. Wow. I think Mawkzy tilted out of this one. Vatira gonna win it with a minute 15 left to go. It's 3-1 for Vatira. So the lead for Nwpo lengthens. And now a big match is about to happen.